Hi, hello again. We are at the Swatara Furnace. This is right outside of Pine Grove, pretty near Outwood, where I was just at the Outwood Evangelical Lutheran Church, where I told some stories about my family, visited a gravesite. This was erected in 1830. It's actually on the National Registry of Historic Places. Across the street, there's a log cabin, and I'll walk down a little further. Down further, there's the, I guess it's the person that ran the forge, the mansion. They'd ordinarily have somebody that had that. There's an old barn there and a couple other cool stone buildings, but this was erected in 1830. I guess in 1860 it wound up going kaput for some reason, and it was actually established right around 1830 by Dr. George N. Eckert. He was a Whig member of the U.S. House of Representatives and a Simeon Guilford, and it was a significant regional furnace until its demise in 1860. Yeah, it's a cool is to see something this big still standing for the most part. But they made what was called pig iron. They used coal and charcoal to make the iron, and it was a lesser form of iron, but they made all kinds of different things here. But this is a cool structure. It still exists. I thought it'd be cool to just come over here and tell you a little bit about the history and check it out. But they still take care of it, and like the stonework is just really cool and impressive. But these forges and furnaces were all over the place. I have a road out near my house called Old Forge Road, and this is called Old Forge Road too. But yeah, I'm up here standing right inside the thing. It just shows you how big it is. And this is where they did it all here. They lit the fire and found out making the iron. But up that way then is the High Bridge Dam. I think it's called the Seagrass Dam now. But had a couple different names over the years, but a lot of people know it as High Bridge Dam because they used to have that old railroad trestle that went across, but that bridge no longer exists and hasn't existed for quite a while. There are pictures out there of what it looked like, and it was quite impressive. But I'm assuming some kind of building that was along with this forge is right here, because some of the stonework is still remaining. But like I said, there's a log cabin across the street, and I will walk down here a little past the van and hopefully be able to get a reasonably good look at the mansion. You're not supposed to go across the street because it's a private home now, but it is on the National Registry of Historic Places. The whole property is well preserved. I think it's like a 200-acre lot here that they consider on the National Historic. It's a park as well. But this is Mill Creek, so at some point there was probably a mill along here, as there were in a lot of these cases, and they were essential to the local farmers and the local residents, that you could get your flour and whatever other things that they would take care of. Always one of my favorite things, those old mills, was the ones with the water wheels, because I just always thought they're so beautiful. I have artwork in my bedroom of a old, I guess, grist mill that has the water wheel. I always just found those to be so beautiful. But I'm going to go down here a little further and take a peek across here at the, I guess is the Foremans Mansion. But they'd had the person that was in charge of the whole operation. And they were very skilled, usually very well educated individual. And they were usually always a very influential member of the community, because they, in essence, to a degree, wielded quite a bit of power because of their position. It was a very well respected position, as people really relied on that. You can see through the trees here to some degree. This is a beautiful house, old stone home. It's just hard to get through. Once again, when the foliage gets like this, sort of hard to see, but that's the old Foremans Mansion. There's a barn down through there as well, a couple other buildings. I might go down here a little bit and then take a peek at it where it give me a little clearer view. But anyways, that is the Swatara Forge or Furnace, and it's a cool place on the National Historic Registry. You know, these places were all over, but so few of them remain in as good a condition as that. And that's broken down a little bit, but the vast majority of it's still there. And it's just, these are huge structures, and unfortunately most of them aren't around anymore. But we will see you on our next adventure. I'm going to be done filming for the day. I'm hoping I'll be able to post a video, a couple on Facebook as well, and we'll see you on our next adventure, probably in Greenpoint, or I want to do one on the Blue-Eyed Six. It's the Greenpoint area as well. There's a few other little places I like to go get some short videos and get some more content out there. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you about town. All right, so here's one little thing here. I can get a little bit better view of the mansion. It's a beautiful place, but you know, the mansion was built a little after the forged 1830, but a number of the buildings were all built in like 1830. There's some small, like the small little house inside, but it even says the forge. But that is it. We'll see you around. I sort of wonder if these are some of the other houses, the buildings that they were talking about, because it's built in the same style, but they did had like other foremans and people that did certain tasks. Because this is right down the street from it. So I would assume that these places were probably part of that overall property or part of that National Historic Registry. This is just beautiful homes. It's just, they knew how to build them back then. And just cool wall there and everything. Yeah, this is a beautiful area. But anyways, so that's just a couple other things I wanted to quick film, get a little bit better look at the mansion, and go back towards Outwood again, and we will see you about town. I like to repeat myself. Thanks everybody for coming along, and we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye.